Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Funnest Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the Squale 1521. Let's start with the wrist check. I'm wearing this Seiko Safari, and Greg was wearing my Rolls Teamy 128. I asked Grego how trick-or-treating went last night. He said not well. Every time someone would open the door and see Wampy the Wampa, they would scream in terror and slam the door. I said, "Did you get any candy at all?" He said Ben Solo finally threw a sheet over Wampy and told him he was now dressed up as a Force ghost. All right, let's take a look at the watch. Comes in this rather nice box. And here it is, the Squale 1521. This is the watch that Austin Daniels from Watch Symposium said was like having a girlfriend with a dead boyfriend in the basement. But here it is. I really like this watch. I've been very happy with it. Oops, looks like I got the, there we go. This is the first Squale on my channel. I normally don't review watches in this price range, as this channel is mostly self-funded and I have to sell most of the watches I review, usually at a loss. The more expensive the watch, the bigger the loss. And if I was to be buying Swiss-made automatics on a regular basis, I would soon be out of money, and Fun with Watches would share the fate of Mr. Budget Watch and be a distant YouTube memory. At the beginning of the year, I signed up for the AliExpress affiliate program and was soon earning a small commission for watches sold through my affiliate links. AliExpress charges $15 for a wire transfer of funds, so it made no sense to dip from the funds regularly. So I decided to just let it build up and only cash it out when I had enough to purchase a watch to review that would normally be too expensive for my channel. So here I have the first purchase. I purchased this watch from Island Watch, as they are an authorized Squale dealer, and Mark has supported my channel by loaning me watches in the past. Island Watch had no input or involvement of this review. I did buy this watch with a 5% discount code, but that code was sent automatically when I was browsing and not because I review watches. This watch comes in many different colorways and strap options, and just recently has a bracelet option added, which would have cost another $200. You can also spend more to get Costco certified movements. However, the blue dial with tan leather strap is the one I fell in love with years ago, so that is what I stuck with. I chose the matte finish with a flat dial. I almost chose the polished finish with sunburst dial, but thought the tool watch look is what I was going for. The watch is 41.7 millimeters if you measure at the bezel, but the bezel overhangs the case just a little bit, so the case is probably 41. It's 48.4 millimeters lug to lug, and it's 12.7 millimeters thick if you don't count these downturned lugs. Has a 20 millimeter lug width, which tapers down to 18 millimeters at the buckle, and weighs 101 grams on the supplied Italian leather strap. The bezel has an aluminum insert, and it's 120 click unidirectional, and the action is just great. It's what you would expect for a $1,100 Swiss-made watch. And everything lines up just fine. And if you look here too, there's these little screws here, so you can remove the insert without popping the bezel. So if you ever want to change inserts, you can. I don't know how painful it would be though, dealing with these little tiny screws. I don't think I'd ever try it. Then we have the dial. The dial has no sunburst effect, but then again, you can buy the one that has the polished case and a sunburst effect, if that's what you desire. Then we have the minute markers, and then we have, it says Squale up top. Then it also says 50 Atmos Squale Professional on the bottom. The Squale on the bottom, Squale used to be mainly making cases, and if they made a case for the watch way back when, that's the logo they would use here on the bottom. And then we have the indices, and they're not applied, they're painted on. And then we have the hands. I really like this orange minute hand. I think it's a really good touch. It goes really good with this light blue. And then we have the hour hand, and then we have the second hand that has a square lollipop, a rectangular lollipop that is. And then we have a date at the 3. Then we have a sign screw down crown at the 4 o'clock. And the thread action is just great. You don't feel a lot of resistance when you unscrew it. Then when you go to screw it back down, it catches right away and you don't feel like you're going to strip it or anything. Then we have the crystal. The crystal is a flat sapphire crystal with AR coating, and the AR coating is excellent. You can hardly tell the crystal is there. This is probably almost as good as my Tag Heuer Aqua Racer crystal as far as anti-reflection goes. So really pleased with that. And then we have the case. The case is wonderful. It has a really good shape to it. Look how far these lugs turn down, so it really contours to the wrist. And I chose the one with the matte finish. You can get a polished one if you want. If you like the polished look instead, I just preferred the matte finish look. And once again, if you get the polished one, you get a sunburst effect on the dial. So very pleased with this case. It's hard to believe that this is a 500-meter watch, considering how thin the case is. And then we have the case back. The case back is a screw down, and this one is not matte finished. It's actually polished. They must not have made a matte finished one. Not that anybody would care because it's on your wrist. Then it says sapphire crystal automatic, stainless steel, Swiss made, 50 Atmos professional. Then I don't know if that's a serial number down here or what. Underneath the case back is the Sellita SW200-1 with the elaborate grade. That means it was adjusted in 3 positions with an accuracy of ±7 seconds a day up to ±20 seconds a day. So the Sellita SW200-1, which is an upgrade from just the plain SW200, has 4 different grades, and this is the second grade, the elaborate. And you can get it in Costco if you want, but that's going to cost you another $500 or $600. So do you really need that kind of accuracy? This is a 26 jewel movement that hand winds hacks and has about a 40-hour power reserve. And once again, it's supposed to be fairly accurate because it's the elaborate grade. So let's go ahead and put it on the time grapher and see how it's doing. Here it is on the time grapher, and it looks like it's running pretty fast, a little bit faster than I was hoping for. I guess it's barely within specs. ±20 was the limit, and it's just barely there. The amplitude is nice and healthy. I have the lift angle set to 50 degrees, which is for the Sellita SW200. And yeah, really fast though. Well, at least it's fast and not slow. The nice thing about a fast movement, when you want to adjust it, all you have to do is hack it and wait for time to catch up. A slow movement, you have to actually move the hands. The strap is Italian leather, and it's a nice, thick, sturdy strap. Really good quality leather. And there is no quick release though, and there's no drilled lugs. So if you want to take the strap off, you have to use a tool. And it is signed here, Squale. Then that here it says made in Italy, and it's a 20mm strap. Then we have the buckle. The buckle's signed also, and it has the same matte finish as the case. So that's nice. Then look at the keepers here. This is kind of unique. I've never seen this before on a strap. The first keeper is the floating keeper, and the second keeper is fixed, but it's fixed because it's held on with a thread here. See? So it won't go down the strap and be annoying, but it's still kind of gives you some flexibility here. So that's kind of a nice touch, because you can, when you go to put, normally the keeper's right here and it's fixed. And then when you go to put the strap in, you have to really bend it. This one, you can actually move it back so you don't have to bend it so far. But this thread here keeps this other keeper from going all the way down, which can be annoying. So I really like that. I think that was a good touch. Then the notches, though, as you can see, the notches are fairly far apart. And I wish they were a little bit closer together, because I'm wearing this watch a little bit tighter than I should. But if I move it back another notch, it's just too loose. But now that it's breaking in, it doesn't seem to be as bad. Here's the watch and my 7.5-inch wrist, and that looks nice, and that wears really nice. I really like how the lugs curve down. It really contours through the wrist. It really doesn't feel like a 500-meter dive watch. It's so comfortable, super comfortable. I have 3 notches left, but since the notches are so far apart, that gives you another inch. So you should be able to wear this 8.5 before needing a different strap. Of course, since you can always get another strap that's longer and take the buckle off and put the buckle on the other strap. Just wish it had quick release. Here we're on the Lume room. This is an $1,100 Swiss-made watch, so there is no reason to expect this Lume to be anything but great. As we speed up the time, we see the blue glow of BGW9, and everything is looking pretty good. The indices are kind of weak and are fading a little bit faster than what one would hope. The hour hand and Lume pip are much better, but unfortunately the all-important minute hand is not near as good, and only slightly better than the markers. If the minute hand was as good as the Lume pip, I wouldn't care about the weak markers. I just say the Lume is kind of a disappointment, though. Just to show you what I mean, here it is against my Seiko Safari, which is one of my better Lume watches and is an ISO 6425 certified diver. There really is no comparison, and the Seiko smokes the Squale in the Lume department. What do I like about this watch? The looks and the wearability. It's hard to believe a 500-meter watch can be so comfortable. I really like this sapphire crystal. You can hardly tell it's there. It's practically invisible. And I really like the shape of this matte finish case. What are my gripes and groans? Although the Lume is good, it is still kind of disappointing. The minute hand Lume isn't near as strong as the hour hand. There's no quick release on the strap or drilled lugs. And the notches on the strap are pretty far apart. I wish they were a little bit closer so you could get a little bit better fit. Do I recommend this watch? Yes, this watch is great. As long as you're okay with decent but not great Lume, this is a Swiss-made 500-meter diver that looks great and is super comfortable to wear. Well, thank you for watching my review of the Squale 1521. And I will be back with another review. Be sure and like and subscribe to my channel. And if you like this watch, I left a link to Island Watch. I do not get a commission from Island Watch. I do not have an affiliate. And once again, Island Watch had nothing to do with this review. But if you do purchase this watch from Island Watch, be sure to tell him you saw it on Fun with Watches. And I would like Mark to know that his previous support of my channel has paid off. Bye.